Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd a Day podcast. Yeah, dig it. That's a joke because I just posted something on my social network accounts about me getting ready for the episode and paperwork. We're filming both tonight, so Carlos has a very long night ahead of me. But besides the point, how's everyone doing? How's your week going? I am a year older as of this recording. I am 35 now. I think I got more gray hair as we if you're watching the video, I think I got more gray hair and I'm trying to hide it. Use chocolate explosion. If you I watch a lot of kids movies, I'm sorry. It's a Grinch. It's Scott Mosher did it. You know what I mean? It's pretty good. Anyway, I don't use dye. There's grays. It's fine. And there's a little monkey butt forming back here, as I like to call it. But that's beside the point. We got some serious talk. Of course, I opened it with a joke, so I'm very sorry. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. Happy birthday to myself. Thank you for everyone who shared happy birthday messages to me. I love y'all. Thank you very much. And yeah, so let's get into it. So this episode is going to be another follow-up, of course. You guys love hearing me talk about this. It's your favorite subject of all time, Activision Blizzard. Yeah, we have some more news coming out. Kind of a time frame of the purchase deal, when it started. Some news about Bobby Kotick, that piece of shit, and like what's gonna happen with him, possibly, and then a big news in the world of Activision Blizzard with Call of Duty. So that's kind of the outline. So we're gonna get into it. That's what we're gonna do. So first up is the headline here is Microsoft's Activision talks started after reporting on sex misconduct. This is by Jordan Novet over at CNBC. And quickly, I'm going to go over some of the details that I highlighted and kind of expound on that. So on November 16th, the Wall Street Journal reported that women had accused Kotick of mistreatment. While he knew about allegations of misconduct, he didn't share all relevant information with the company's board, the journal said. I reported this previously. I'll link down my other Activision Blizzard videos below, and listen in on podcast services as well. But yeah, so that was the initial story that we heard. The gaming industry was the blaze of it. It was horrible. Again, Bobby Kotick is a piece of shit. And everyone who's, treated people horribly in that company is a piece of shit. Full stop. But moving on, Phil Spencer, Microsoft's head of gaming, addressed the harassment issues internally, which I believe I spoke of again on the previous episode. There was an internal email that kind of leaked to, I believe it was Jason Schreier, talked about it, and they were watching, like they were reevaluating existing relationship with Activision. According to Bloomberg. Yeah, there we go. On November 18th, that was the story. So 2 days later, Jason Schreier reports that there is this internal email that I just mentioned, that they're examining their relationship with Activision. The next day, on November 15th, Phil spoke to Bobby Kotick on a different topic. He called him for a different topic, and while speaking to him on this different topic, mentioned to Bobby Kotick that Microsoft wanted to talk about strategic opportunities between the two companies, according to the filing of the SEC. And that Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, wanted to speak to him. A day later, Phil Spencer facilitated that call, got Nadella to speak to Bobby Kotick. And on the call, that's when Satya mentioned that he wanted to explore an acquisition of Kotick's Activision Blizzard. So, a little quick revisionist history from what we were told initially, that these talks were in place a while now. Technically, with a lot of legal mumbo jumbo and how a lot of words are just thrown out there in the ether, that could be true. Maybe Satya Phil had spoke about this before, maybe a year before, and then this came out and was like, "Hey, there's a wounded animal. Let's attack." Um, though this, I will have to say, as a someone who's rooting for Xbox, it seems a little disingenuous that they would kind of like be like, "Oh no, we've had talks before," and not just mention like, "Hey, this is kind of a an implication of what happened. Like we saw what was happening. We wanted to kind of go in there. They could have, been like, "Hey, good guy, Xbox. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want to change the culture within the company." Who knows? But this seems like, hey, you guys are hurting, and we smell blood in the water, and we are going to take everything from you. Which we kind of, I think I mentioned before. I kind of mentioned before. It just seems a little not as nice guy. But again, this is all business filings, right? So it's hard to be like, hey, a good person would do this, a bad person, would do this. The bad people here are Kotick and the other pieces of crap that hurt people in Activision Blizzard. I know a lot of people have theories on whether they knew, whether it was strategic. I've seen a theory online on Twitter that was a lot of people who left Microsoft happened to go to Activision Blizzard, and it was like a part of like, let's get those people in there to kind of disrupt that company in a sense. But like those people are the people that did anything horrible, and I don't know, it's just a lot. And I just think, at least to me, we have to look objectively at what was going on in this story. Like, let's see how it looks. It doesn't look great, like I said. And again, because we don't have Satya and Phil to speak to at this moment. Maybe they will speak down the line. Who knows? I highly doubt that they will have an official statement. But maybe Satya and Phil had a discussion in 2020, 2019. Like, hey man, um, how would you strategically get around the gaming industry where we're at right now? About to launch the Series X and S. Like, what would you do, Phil? And Phil be like, I buy Activision Blizzard. And I'm like, oh, for real? We're like, yeah, I'd do that. Well, that's not a bad idea. We got the money. He's like, yeah, I'll never sell right now. There's something crazy happens. Misconduct. Boom. Something crazy happened. So that is kind of that first story. I'll have the link down below to the article. It's very in depth. I think you should. I highly recommend that you read it. It's really interesting to see what the timetable for this as well. There's something mentioned I didn't note here, and I didn't note for the next article, but I think I mentioned it before in the video that Kotick, as soon as they kind of got the word from Microsoft, like, hey, we want to explore an acquisition, Kotick reached out to different companies to see if anyone would be interested instead of Microsoft. And apparently one company, a pretty big company apparently, was looking to buy Blizzard, not Activision. But unfortunately, like how everything's situated, it would have to be both, and the company wasn't interested in purchasing anything of Activision. They just specifically just wanted Blizzard. We don't know who that company was, what that company was. So it'd be interesting to see. It's not Microsoft, obviously, because they would have mentioned it was Microsoft. So moving on, we have a report here from Steven Totillo over at Axios, and it's the headline says here: Activision CEO is set for a $15 million golden parachute in Microsoft deal. So I I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain like a golden parachute. It's a very business term. So basically, anything bad that happens, no matter what, like this dude did, and how horrible of a person he is guaranteed to make $15 million when he leaves. Full stop. So if he gets like fired for like no bounds or whatever, like released for no apparent reason, 15 million goes straight in his bank account. Boom, done. Not to mention that at the end of this year, their fiscal year this year, I believe they will have, as long as everything is up to standards of their standards with the harassment and everything, he's set to make like 22 million straight off of that, get his salary back where it was when he did the pay cut. It's just a lot of businessy stuff that unfortunately has a lot of legal bearing, but is depressing in the sense that like, hey, this dude did something horribly, and he's basically like, here's a crap load of $1 million, and no, you can leave now. Thanks for being a horrible person. Have fun on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Yeah, no, this sucks. This sucks so bad, but this is such a business thing, and it's so unfortunate that like this is how the I don't even know if it's just the American business world. Maybe this is how business itself just works. Um, that a bad person gets away with some of the most horrible stuff ever. And I don't think I think it's unfortunate that like Microsoft can be like, nah, that's not happening. You're not getting 15 million. Nah, it's not happening. You're already rated too rich. Government can be like, nah, you did horrible stuff. You're not making that 15 million. No, that's the deal. That's his weird contract thing. This just seems gross. Like it's just disgusting. But some stuff I wanted to pull out from Steven's article here, which is also very good. Like I mentioned, I'll link it down below. Microsoft and Activision proposed that Kotick could receive as much as 22 million in stock in July or later if Activision's board sees improvement in the company's culture within harassment and stuff like that. And people, women and non-binary people, more hiring in that sense and stuff like that. Should Kotick be fired without cause by Microsoft, he'll get a $50 million golden parachute, according to the filing's compensation proposal. That just, as I mentioned at the top of this specific article, God, that just sucks, man. It just is sad. you know, it's a depressing thing to read. I was reading Steven's article. I did, Dad Life didn't get to read it. Bookmarked it on Twitter when he mentioned it. It just wow, man. I don't know, man. It just when I was reading it this morning over coffee, I was just like, I just feel gross. I feel dirty. I feel like the world isn't fair. And like, yeah, that could be the depression, anxiety talking, but as well, it's just, I don't know, man. It just sucks. And I would like to see what you guys think. Comment down below if you guys, what you guys think about this. Like, I wish there was a way out of it, any way out of it. But me working, I mentioned before when when they mentioned there should be like they're probably a golden parachute. You should follow the nanobiologist, by the way, Mick Aberson. The dude's awesome. He's on you can find him on TikTok, and as well as on YouTube. He has his shorts there, and I like that on his YouTube. It's really good. It's basically what happens on TikTok, but over there. I should reach out to him see if I ever mention what would he like. Um, so yeah, he has like a bunch of little short videos about this, and he expounds very well on the subject. He's a great guy in that sense for that. But yeah, it just sucks. Working in corporate America as long as I have, now I think I'm 10 years in my current job in about a month and a half. I've worked in the banking industry, where there's a lot of shady stuff that happens there, and GameStop before that, and we know that company sucks. We gotta get that. Quick pause. Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. Pause real quick. We gotta get that podcast, guys. Mike, Kyle, Mario, Jordan, and I believe Kate was it. She mentioned she worked at GameStop. We gotta get this going, guys. We gotta get this going. We gotta get this GameStop like round table discussion. We gotta get this red table. Jada Pickett's red table. Do that, but for all our GameStop misery. All right, unpause. Back to the story. So yeah, that's just depressing, straight up. And then finally here, I just wanted to mention this is from Jason Schreier. This broke this morning. I believe, yeah, this is from Bloomberg, Jason Schreier. Activision Call of Duty game delayed for 2023. So, Activision Blizzard Incorporated will delay a Call of Duty game that has been planned for next year. The first time the franchise will be without an annual mainline release in nearly 2 decades, according to the people familiar with the plan. The delay will have a massive effect on the video game industry. Every fall since 2005, Activision has put out a new premium entry in the lucrative shooting series Call of Duty games, regularly top. Oh, sorry, yeah, I should have said lucrative shooting series. Call of Duty games, sorry, regularly. Call of Duty games regularly top yearly sales charts and have sold more than 400 million units since the series began in 2003. So, wow. This article I think mentions as well has no bearing whether of the Microsoft deal at all. I've mentioned before with the Microsoft deal, I would make it biannually every other year. Just skip a year Everything. Let the one game breathe. Let the studio breathe. You have Warzone and stuff like that. So Treyarch is the lead developer in the 2023 title. They are still working on a free-to-play title that is coming out this fall, apparently. That has not been announced yet. Modern Warfare 2 is the Call of Duty game for this year. And as well, there's going to be like Warzone 2, which is launching this fall. So there's plenty of stuff that Activision is coming out with this fall. But next year is going to be the first year without any new Call of Duty specific game. It's cited that like Vanguard has something to do with it, with the low sales and kind of wanting to let it breathe. So it'd be interesting to see where that goes. I think not having a Call of Duty title in a year is a good thing. I think it worked well when Assassin's Creed adapted that formula about a couple years back. Valhalla, for what it's worth, I'm really digging, but getting a new console, getting into brand new games and stuff, and hitting my backlog the way I did, I have not had time to put as much time into it. And then, of course, surprise, I'm reviewing Horizon. I purchased it myself. I'm working on a review for Horizon very slowly. But I'm getting there. Little by little, man. I got 11 hours in and like, I don't know, 6% done. I don't know. I'm not being slow. The game's dense. And I'd rather put some more time in there. But yeah, I'm really digging Valhalla, and I really digged Origins and Odyssey when they launched that every other year, like, time frame for Assassin's Creed. I think Call of Duty could be beneficial for that. I think that can work for the studios. And in the meantime, Warzone is obviously their main title. I've mentioned before in previous videos. You should like just make Warzone a fully featured multiplayer thing, similar to Halo Infinite. Just like the multiplayer is free. You can buy battle passes, all this other stuff. But you play deathmatch and you play capture the flag in the battle royale mode. And then if you want the story, hey man, 60, $70 over here on PlayStation. You have Game Pass Ultimate. There you go. Get it for free. That's after the Microsoft deal goes through. As I think it will, by the way. Yeah, this is kind of crazy news. So the new time frame that we have for Microsoft's Activision, purchase or exploring the acquisition is not what we were told initially. Looks like Bobby Kotick's gonna make $15 million if he gets out of the company as a golden parachute, even though he's a horrible person. That sucks. And on the plus side, Treyarch can breathe a little bit, I guess. They do have a free-to-play title, but, hopefully they don't have to put too much man time, or maybe they're taking some time to chill right now. Like, not work as hard. Like, just normal, maybe 40-hour weeks, not like 140-hour weeks for them. Well, fingers crossed. But that is it for this episode of the Nerd Day podcast. Don't forget to follow, like, and share. You can find me at youtube.com/nerdaday. You can find the audio version at anchor.fm/nerdaday. You can follow me on Twitter at nerd_a_day. Yeah, I'm rocking the Nick Scarpino thing still. And, Instagram at nerdaday. So, till then, love you guys.